Well, welcome back to the channel. Tom Holland's Uncharted movie just can't catch a break. It has now lost the director. This is the long in the works movie. So long in the works, in fact. It's kind of languished, I guess, in developmental hell, if that's what you want to call it. But apparently, it's now lost the director. Interesting timing with the Sony, Disney, Marvel situation, but let's get into it, right? So this is courtesy of The Hollywood Reporter. Sony is on the hunt for Dan Trachtenberg's replacement. So Sony's Uncharted movie is in search of a director once again. 10 Cloverfield Lane director Dan Trachtenberg has exited the project. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. So they've heard it, and then they've confirmed it with their sources. Now, interesting. I like Dan Trachtenberg. I like 10 Cloverfield Lane. I think the ending is very J.J. Abrams, but I think 10 Cloverfield Lane as a whole is great and very well directed. Especially the performance from John Goodman. That is a awesome performance. So that's a real loss to the Uncharted movie. That really is a huge loss. Much more so than I think people are really, admitting. Because, like I said, Dan Trachtenberg, he's good. He's really, really good. So Tom Holland remains attached to star in the video game adaptation. And this goes back to my previous video about Sony pulling Spider-Man from the MCU was all basically a publicity stunt. I'll leave it linked here. The reason why is that Tom Holland is still working with Sony. The fact that he unfollowed them on social media and the D23 Expo has Spider-Man plastered everywhere. Spider-Man's going to be announced at D23. Things like this. It was definitely a publicity stunt. He's still attached to the Uncharted movie. If he wanted to, he could leave it. He could leave it. Now, apparently, this movie has a December 18th, 2020 release date. How they're going to stick to that, I've no idea. But Sony is, of course, now seeking a new director and is aiming to start production early next year. So, the Uncharted movie has obviously long been in development, with Trachtenberg joining in January after the exit of filmmaker Sean Levy. Holland has been attached since 2017. He's been attached for ages. Now, the screenplay is adapting, of course, just the video game itself. But it comes from Art Markham and Matt Holloway and Jeff Judkins. So, alright people. Not bad. Now, in May, Sony Interactive Entertainment launched PlayStation Productions, which is like... Well, I mean, it says here it's a studio dedicated to adapting the company's extensive video game catalogue for film and television. It's basically just a very niche part of their already, studio-based work. It's very, very niche. Whether that's for tax, I don't know. Because, of course, these movies, generally speaking, don't do that well. So if they have a separate company that is doing it, which that sounds like it is, PlayStation Productions, it's probably been established and set up as a buffer for Sony's overall value to the market. That's a quick assessment of it anyway. Now, Uncharted will be the first film made in partnership between Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions. So again, it's absolutely a separate entity. So for tax, revenue, profit, loss, it's a separate entity for that reason, I think. Now, they've obviously boarded the project to produce alongside Chuck Roven, and check it out, Avi Arad. He's the dude that no one likes. Avi Arad, get out of here. Seriously, dude. Now, of course, the level of PlayStation Productions' involvement in the film was previously unknown. We don't know what they were due to do, but I reckon it's literally just a subsidiary company for profits and loss. Now, the Uncharted video game series centers on Nathan Drake, a hunter, adventurer, treasure. The last numbered entry in the series was Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Broke sales records when it launched in 2016 on the PS4, selling more than 15 million copies worldwide. The Uncharted news comes today after a shake-up in another one of Holland's franchises. And this is where I start to think that, again, like I say, it's just a huge publicity stunt. But there you go. So that's that's the news there. Tom Holland's Uncharted movie doesn't have a director. It's still slated for a December 2020 release. I doubt that is ever going to happen. At least they've still got the screenplay. At least that's there. It's not like one of the Star Wars movies where they didn't even have a script and they exited, directors and stuff. So there's some hope here. But there you go. What do you think of this news? Love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below in the comment section. If you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. As always, if you like this video, give it a like and please do share it. As always, I'm Mr. H. Take care.